Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Alumni Awards Night of Excellence. It is so good to hear all the chatter and see all the faces in person. I am loving this. Thank you all for being here tonight. My name is Erin Sidorovich, and I'm the Director for Alumni Engagement here at Oakland University. And normally, I say how proud I am to be here with you tonight. But after the past 16 months, I'm pretty much ecstatic, right? So I'm so happy that we could be here in person. Yes, give it up. Seriously, I saw Mike Westfall. He was tearing up earlier. It was just a beautiful thing. Alumni engagement at OU often means bringing people together en masse. And when you can no longer en masse as a staff member, you're left to ponder your purpose. What am I doing? Why is this important? How can we make this work? How do I not eat everything in sight? I mean, come on, it's reality. Fortunately, all of you, our extraordinary alumni network, responded beautifully to the programming pivots, the steep learning, and the steep learning curves, and you showed us that meaningful engagement can and does and did happen anywhere. You engaged on the alumni social channels like LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. You participated in virtual sessions that featured our outstanding OU faculty. You enjoyed presentations from subject matter experts across the nation through our new OU Encore alumni webinar series. You engaged, you showed up, and you made it all matter. It is our distinct privilege to work in partnership and service with our OU grads, and I know I speak for our entire team in University Advancement when I say I couldn't be happier to be in this room with all of you tonight. So thank you so much for coming along with us these past several months and pushing us through. We appreciate all of you. Thank you. Now I'm calling a bit of an audible here because I caught wind of a special event that is happening tomorrow. And in fact, I think we want to call out Ms. Judy Barnett Langford, whose birthday is tomorrow. So if you would all please indulge me and let's sing a quick round of happy birthday to Judy. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Judy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Brian wanted to jump out of a cake too, but I was like, we gotta cut it somewhere. So tonight we continue our tradition of honoring alumni who represent a wide variety of industries and organizations. Their accomplishments are the hallmark of the values of our beloved university. And to help us in the celebration, I am very happy to introduce several members of our university leadership who are here with us tonight. President Peskovitz will be joining us shortly, but in the meantime, if you could please stand as I call your name and let's hold our applause until the end. I'm very happy to welcome our new Executive Vice President and Provost, Britt Rios Ellis. Our Senior Vice President of Student Affairs and Chief Diversity Officer, Glenn McIntosh. Our Vice President of University Advancement, Mike Westfall. Our Vice President of Government and Community Relations, Rochelle Black. Our Vice President of Enrollment Management and an OU alum, Dawn Aubrey. Oh, is Dawn here? We'll get her when she comes in. All right. Our Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Kevin Corcoran. There he is. And our Dean of the School of Business Administration, Michael Mazzio. The Dean of the School of Education and Human Services, John Marjoram Lays. Dean of our School of Nursing, Judy Didion. Our Dean of the Graduate School, Brandy Randall, and our Dean of University Libraries, Polly Boroff-Jones, and finally, last but not least, our Athletic Director, Steve Waterfield. Thank you all for joining us. So I'd now like to introduce Mark Guthrie, the chair of the OU Alumni Association Board of Directors. Mark is a dual alum, having graduated from OU in 1986 with a bachelor's degree from the School of Engineering and Computer Science, and then returning to complete his MBA in 1991. By day, Mark serves as the executive director and chief information officer at AM General. But by night, and by day also, let's face it, he bleeds black and gold. Mark is a longtime volunteer with the Achieve program, which is within the School of Business Administration. He has shared his insights with professional development events at various career services opportunities. He's also been part of our award-winning Leadership OU Mentor Program. Mark is very involved in OU athletics. He's an avid Golden Grizzlies fan and is the current chair of the Golden Grizzlies Champions Club Advisory Board. It's common to see Mark cheering on the basketball teams from his courtside seats, and I'm sure you can't wait to get back to those this next season, right? He is a past Alumni Award recipient and has been a member of the OUAA Board of Directors since 2015. With all of his involvement at OU, it's hard to believe that Mark has time for anything else, but he is a huge champion for Rochester's own Leader Dogs for the Blind. He is a member of their Board of Trustees Executive Committee and has chaired the Technology Committee since 2018. And he and his wife, Marna, are longtime puppy raisers. Please help give me a warm welcome to the Chair of the Board of Directors for the Alumni Association and all-around amazing human being, Mark Guthrie. After you, sir.
Thank you. Aaron, thanks a lot. Boy, I really appreciate that. It's great to be here. Hey, Rob Ray, go Black. Go, go! All right, let's try it with more participation. Go Black. Go, go! All right, I love it. Thank you very much. Hey, it's great to see everybody, not just on a small little screen, but actually in person. So it's a wonderful event, a beautiful evening. The rain's going to hold off till we're all out of here, and it's really just such a pleasure to see everybody as we're kind of getting back to normal. So thanks for the opportunity to make a few remarks. On behalf of the Oakland University Alumni Association Board of Directors, I'd like to offer special congratulations in advance to all of our award recipients. You all demonstrate what it means to be alumni of OU, and we are proud that you're representing our family of now 125,000 OU alumni worldwide, and still growing. On behalf of the Alumni Board, thank you for your engagement and involvement, and thank you for your support. And to our honorees tonight, I offer special thanks for all of you do to raise the value of an OU degree. You do this by investing your time and energy into the communities where you live and work. You set an example for others to follow. In addition to our awardees, we are honored to have a number of past Alumni Award recipients in the room. Tonight, if you would please stand as I call your name, and if we could hold applause until all have been introduced. Beth Benson, Gary Brancaleone, Amy Ring Siebelak, Charmin Davenport, Holly and Gary Gilbert, Barbara and Alan Goff, Julie Grantham, Matt Karanja, Jean Ann Miller, Rob Ray, and Mary Beth Snyder. Thank you all for all you have done and continue to do to bring prestige to our alma mater. Through your efforts at OU, in our region and beyond. Thanks again. The mission of the Oakland University Alumni Association is to enrich and engage the lives of alumni, students, and friends to promote and advance Oakland University. To this end, there are 3 volunteer alumni advisory boards who help shape the future of alumni engagement at OU and strive to be representative of the entire Oakland alumni population. The Oakland University Board of Directors, the Black Alumni Chapter Board of Directors, and the Young Alumni Chapter Board of Directors. These boards provide counsel and advice to the Office of Alumni Engagement and the University Advancement Division, as well as the president and other members of university leadership. We impact in 3 ways. We impact student recruitment and retention through support and promotion of important initiatives, such as the Keeper of the Dream and the OUAA Scholarship Program, which provides $90,000 annually to deserving OU students. 2, we impact alumni involvement by supporting new initiatives, like the OU Encore Alumni Webinar Series launched this year, which Aaron mentioned. And if you haven't had a chance to check it out, I encourage you to do so. and you can see past recordings on the website. They really are quite memorable. And continuing long-standing traditions such as the Black Alumni Chapter Summer Barbecue, I think that's coming up soon, as well as this awards ceremony you're attending tonight. And third, because we believe in the mission of this amazing institution, we impact philanthropy at OU. Collectively, our three boards have helped see several projects come to fruition, such as the Matilda Wilson statue and the Hoop House on our student-run organic farm. We've supported critical initiatives like the Golden Grizzly Food Pantry, the Student Retention Fund offered through the Center for Multicultural Initiatives, and the iPause Mental Health Fund. I'm very proud of the work we have accomplished so far, and I look forward to continuing to impact the lives of students and alumni for years to come. Several of our alumni volunteer leaders are here tonight as well. Please stand as I call your name so you can be recognized for your valuable contributions to Oakland University, and let's hold our applause until all board members are introduced. Some familiar names here: Katie Alec, Angie Bannister. Let's see if we can run the whole table. Brian Barnett, Russell Bauer, Beth Benson, Andrea Bittinger, Gary Brancaleone, Amy Ring-Siebelak, Tia Cobb, Katie Croft, we're doing well at that table, Charmin Davenport, Terry Dibble, there he is, and Dieters Williams. Again, Julie Grantham, Napoleon Harrington, Judy Hageland, Matt Karanja, Stephanie Pratt, one more to go, Rob Ray, Marty Reisig, there he is, and Beth Talbert. We live on the contributions of our volunteers. Thank you all so very much. And now I'm pleased to introduce a new face to OU's campus, our Executive Vice President and Provost, Dr. Britt Rios Ellis. Dr. Rios Ellis began her tenure at OU just about 6 months ago on January 4th, during challenging times nonetheless. Prior to coming to OU, she served as the founding dean of the College of Health Sciences and Human Services at California State University, Monterey Bay since 2014. Michigan, why? I guess we'll find out. Throughout her distinguished career, she has forged important partnerships within healthcare and community-based organizations to support health and regional workforce needs. She brings to OU a vision to elevate academic programs, a passion for serving underrepresented minority communities, and a strong commitment to research. Dr. Rios Ellis earned a PhD in community health, a master's degree in health and fitness management, and bachelor's degree in political science and Spanish, all from the University of Oregon. And we know why she came to Michigan, because we love it here. Please join me in giving a warm OU welcome to Dr. Britt Rios Ellis.
So I do love Michigan. I just got to tell you, it's been a state and an institution that OU, I kind of fell in love with OU as I started to interview. And I'll tell you a little bit about that as we go along. But I want to welcome everyone and wish you a very, very good evening. My name is Britt Rios Ellis. I'm both humbled and proud to serve as the Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost here at Oakland University. It is my pleasure to welcome you back to OU tonight and to actually see all of your faces in person. We are so very blessed. May we never take for granted the joy of being in each other's company, seeing smiles and celebrating each other and celebrating together. Let's just take a moment to take a deep breath. So everyone, you know I'm a health person. Take a deep breath and smile at the person sitting next to you. We are so very blessed to have made it through this pandemic. Those of you who don't know me know I'm a public health person, and I worked a lot in infectious disease. So as this started out, it was a really scary process. And some of you may know that I started here as provost in January in the midst of a pandemic. In fact, on the 5th and 6th days after losing our home in the Carmel fire in California, I had the opportunity to engage in interviews as a finalist for the position I'm now so fortunate to hold. You may think that such drastic events would have dissuaded me from making such a change in my life and uprooting my family to Michigan. But I'm grateful for my husband, Enrique. He's very, very shy, so he doesn't, and he said, "Come on, babe, let's go." So we did. Oakland University, however, and the opportunity to work with President Peskovitz and an amazing group of faculty and staff left me with a deeper understanding of the potential of life's purpose and a time for all of us in the OU family to recognize just how fortunate we are to be a part of such a great institution. After talking to everyone during the interview process, which was led by Mr. OU himself, and those of you who know me know I really like Latin music, and if I ever meet Pitbull, I'm going to take that title away from him, and we're not Mr. Worldwide, Mr. OU, and he'll write you a song. I would really examine things very carefully, and I looked at the way that reimagining OU, seeing how the mission and vision is being put into practice, and recognizing the promising trajectory of our beloved university, I knew that OU was the right decision to make at the right time, and that I'm in exactly the right place. Furthermore, I'm really grateful for the warm welcome I received from the OU community. For even though I arrived in the dead of winter, we went from fire, right, to our house that we purchased had ice dams. I'm sorry, I didn't know what that was, but we had them. The frigid temperatures were constantly buffered by the warmth of the OU community, which I think we can all see tonight. It's just a tremendous place to be. So after 6 months of being part of the OU community, I have so much Grizzly pride, and sometimes I think I haven't been here long enough to have all this pride, but I really do. And it's regarding the work that our faculty, staff, students, and alumni, who I'm sitting with today, so thank you so much for all of your contributions. I just continued to be inspired on a daily basis. And filled with that pride, I'm so thrilled we are here tonight to thank and recognize this select group of alumni leaders who are shining examples of Oakland University's brightest success stories, demonstrated by their professional contributions to OU and the communities far beyond. Please know that everything you do on behalf of OU raises the value of your degree, as well as the reputation of our school locally, throughout the region, and the nation. These stellar accomplishments demonstrate our shared vision and commitment to strong stewardship of place. Just as there are so many reasons to be a proud alumni of Oakland University, there are many ways you can connect with OU. Whether you are interested in career networking, athletics, mentoring students, Mike, here's your plug, becoming a donor, or engaging in programming specific to your respective school or college, I hope that you will find opportunities and lead others to these opportunities to continue to participate in a manner that's meaningful to you. Mentorship is really important to me, as it's essential for all of our students to succeed. So when you step forward, as you step forward in your career trajectories, please reach back and offer a hand to a fellow OU community member. You will find that you're rewarded beyond measure from a mentorship experience. Students just cannot become what they cannot imagine, and through mentorship, we can really show one another what is possible. In the days to come as your provost, I look to honor the many traditions and legacies established at OU, Additionally, I'm excited for growth in our diversity and inclusivity efforts among our faculty, students, and alumni, and I look forward to increasing our community service engagement efforts. While the past year and a half has been challenging on so many different levels, I'm heartened to know that we have such incredible alumni representing OU in the community and making a genuine difference in the lives of others. On that note, I'd like to re-congratulate today's award winners and honorees, and as we'll all soon see, the accomplishments of these OU leaders are truly inspiring. Now, knowing that I am between you and a delicious meal, I invite you all to enjoy tonight's dinner and event, and thank you once again for giving my family and I such a warm welcome to Michigan and to Oakland University. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Please feel free to continue eating. I've got some brief comments. I'm going to introduce our esteemed president. I'm Mike Westfall, and I serve Oakland University as Vice President for Advancement. And I know this has been echoed many times, but it's truly wonderful to be with you finally. We have definitely missed you and missed being with you folks in rooms like this and at events like this. I want to extend a special congratulations to our award winners. And Rob Ray, we've had great conversations over at my table with Joanne Gerstner, who is an award-winning sports writer. So we've been talking sports the entire evening, so it's been fantastic. So. Now, Mark Guthrie, earlier, he referenced the importance of philanthropy. And I want to say thank you to the Alumni Association for the various philanthropic efforts that they support. It does make a difference. And I'm especially thrilled to announce that as of today, my team let me know that we have reached a milestone for our campaign, which has a $150 million goal. As of today, we have officially surpassed, ahead of schedule, $100 million as of today. And that is made possible by so many people in this room and so many people not here tonight. But it really does make a significant impact and difference in the lives of our students and our faculty and our many programs. So thank you for everything that you do to support Oakland University. I've also missed working in person with my great advancement team, many of whom are here this evening, and with my inspirational cabinet members, again, many of which are here today. And chief among them is our outstanding president and someone that I hold dear as a colleague and as a friend. A renowned pediatric endocrinologist and researcher, Ora Hirsch-Peskovitz, MD, was appointed the 7th president of Oakland University in May of 2017. She first established roots in Michigan by serving for 5 years as executive vice president for medical affairs at the University of Michigan, and simultaneously as chief executive officer for the entire University of Michigan healthcare system. After that, Dr. Peskovitz served as senior vice president and U.S. medical leader for Eli Lilly and Company in Indianapolis. Throughout her long and accomplished career, Dr. Peskovitz has served on numerous boards and committees focusing on human health, education, the arts, and so much more. She has also received scores of honors and awards at the regional, state, and national levels. She's very respected. Before, during, and following a pandemic, I do not know of a better leader. Please join me in welcoming Ora to the stage.
Well, thanks, Mike, and congratulations to you and to our entire advancement team for that amazing record on our on how we're doing on our campaign. So let's give them a round of applause. And I apologize for not being here at the beginning of our reception here today, and I didn't have a chance to welcome all of you, but I'm delighted that you all had an opportunity to meet our new provost, and isn't she spectacular? So let's give her another round of applause. You know, I'm just so delighted that we're finally back again in person. I missed you guys so much last year. It was really something that we couldn't gather together in person. It was really terrible. But as Mike said, we really did remarkably well as a university, and I'm so proud of our entire team. Our faculty, our staff, and our students. You know, Oakland University was one of the most remarkable institutions in how we managed to make it through this really, really challenging year. And I know that you, as our most cherished graduates and alums, would be so proud of how we survived this very, very challenging year. So my deepest appreciation to all of you and to the Oakland University Alumni Association for your tireless, tireless work for reaching across Michigan and the country to connect all of our Oakland University graduates. So thanks to all of you. Let's give all of you a round of applause. I really want to thank you for your extraordinary passion and dedication. You know, what you do is so very important because most importantly of all, what you do is you represent us with what you have, which is this amazing, amazing dedication and passion. It's passion and it's compassion. And I want to thank you for advocating for all of our students and our faculty and our staff, because this active engagement that you have represents the entire Oakland University community. After all, we know that there is no substitute for face-to-face engagement and in-person interactions. But once again, we gather now to pay a timely and well-deserved tribute to all of our Oakland University alums who demonstrate this remarkable dedication to our communities, to our outstanding leaders, and to the dedicated volunteers who dedicate their exemplary service to our university. You know, when you're an Oakland University alum, you're a part of a community, but it's really not just a community. We like to think of ourselves as a family. We're the Oakland University family. And we're a family that's bound together by the Oakland University experience. It's an experience that puts students first and faculty first. And we work tirelessly to foster our students' lifelong learning practices and a tradition that takes enormous pride in everything that happens here at Oakland University. And in many ways, it's our alums that are our ambassadors and who are shining examples of the possibilities of what an Oakland University education ends up providing. And there's just simply no doubt that when an Oakland University graduate succeeds, like those who are honoring today, what it means to us is when we see what the alums do, it means that we at Oakland University are succeeding too. So the success of Oakland University comes from the stories of our amazing alums and the pride that each of you has in Oakland University plays a crucial role in building pride in our university and in spreading the OU story. And I gotta tell you that there are just so many impressive stories, and they're reflected in the recipients of this year's Alumni Awardees. So tonight, we honor Nicole Lindsey, class of 2014. Nicole, let's give her a round of applause. Nicole is creating sustainable communities in the city of Detroit. We honor Holly Fransen, class of 2009. Give her a round of applause. Holly is a certified registered nurse anesthetist, And she, in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic, demonstrated tremendous leadership. We honor Gary and Elsbeth Coates. Give them a round of applause. They're from the classes of 1995 and 1991, respectively, for their exemplary volunteer service to our university. We honor Avinash Kankani. Give him a round of applause. Avinash is a healthcare technology management researcher and patient safety advocate for his tireless pursuit of virtue and knowledge. We honor Alan Goff. Give him a round of applause. Alan's tireless dedication to student success has been demonstrated through more than a decade's commitment to Oakland University's philanthropic initiatives. And we honor Joanne Gerstner, as you heard, an award-winning sports journalist for her advocacy for the study of sports concussions and challenging journalists to meet the highest professional standards. And we honor Brian Barnett. A round of applause for Brian. Class of 1998, whose public service includes being the longest serving mayor in Rochester Hills history and a former president of the United States Conference of Mayors. Wow, isn't this an amazing class of honorees? Well, in just a few minutes, you're going to learn more about these amazing honorees, and you're going to hear about their accomplishments. And you know, while individually they have made remarkable contributions, when you think about them collectively, they represent the finest examples of dedication, hard work, remarkable accomplishments, and what I love most of all, selflessness and altruism. It's really through their accomplishments that they have had and continue to have a major impact on their individual professions, their broader communities, the world as a whole, and of course, on all of us at Oakland University. And so I am just so incredibly proud of each one of you, but collectively on what you do for all of our alums everywhere and how you represent the promise and the legacy of Oakland University. I want to thank you each individually, all of you collectively, all the alums that you represent, and I want to thank all of the future alums for what you are doing for us as incredible ambassadors and for the amazing university that each and every one of us loves so much. Thank you again. And now I'd like to invite Aaron Sudrovich and Mark Guthrie back up to the stage so that we can continue with tonight's award ceremony.
Thank you so much, Dr. Peskovitz. We appreciate that. So tonight, we will learn about the important work of all of our Alumni Award recipients and how they represent their alma mater in their work and their deeds. Our recipients were selected last summer and announced in November, which is typically when we host our annual awards program. But here we are, 6 months later, and now I can say you're all so special that you get 2 years to celebrate, 2020 and 2021. So there you go, bonus year. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. I do want to make a quick note for our awardees. Come on up here to my left, your right, to the stage, where you'll get your trophy, and then you'll come up on stage. We'll have a photo with Mark and Aura. So we begin our awards program tonight with the Alumni Community Service Award, which recognizes humanitarian service and citizenship through the community, public, or OU service activities. Our Alumni Community Service Award recipient is Nicole Lindsey, a 2014 graduate of the psychology program on the College of Arts and Sciences, and the co-founder and executive director of Detroit Hives. Detroit Hives create sustainable communities and bee populations by transforming vacant lots in the city of Detroit into pollinator-friendly spaces, and I love this. Nicole and her partner, Timothy Paul, bought their first lot in 2017, and today manage 45 beehives in Detroit and have also expanded to Kansas City, Missouri. They achieved global visibility after being featured as part of National Geographic's short film showcase. Through their three-pronged approach emphasizing conservation, education, and revitalization, Detroit Hives is not only rebuilding the honeybee population, but rebuilding Detroit as well. In addition to the bee farms, Detroit Hives has plans to expand their outreach through an educational center, which will teach local students about bee conservation and also provide jobs to the community. They've got so much going on, you could say their work is buzzing. Sorry, Nicole, I had to. Let's turn our attention to the screens to hear from Nicole Lindsey.
OU to me means community. You know, we're a small school, but we're powerful in our small numbers. OU have shaped my life in many ways. With my long college career, I've had many experiences that have shaped and developed me into the woman I am today. So I've had the experience of friends, becoming family, and being supportive and helping me through my journey. And I think I had professors that came along the way who also have been able to help me. So I kind of think of them as you would be a honeybee hive. So where everybody kind of played their part in helping, supporting me, you know, with my degree and completing it. Walking across that stage, getting a degree and saying, yes, I've completed this task and now I can move on. I thank everybody who came along in my pathway and on my journey. I would like to thank my mom foremost. She is supporting me 1,000%. My dad for his love and support, my brothers and sisters. Also my Sans, Lucky 7, for supporting me. Just the love and support from everybody who's been in my circle, who's kind of been, you know, a part of my hive or my colony and just supporting me. So yeah, and making sure that I'm the best version of Nicole.
Please join me in congratulating Nicole Lindsey as our 2020 Alumni Community Service Award recipient. Stand right in the middle, we'll get a picture. Okay, yeah, right in the middle, right here. Yep. Yeah, you're all set. You can come right off this way. Thanks, Nicole. Congratulations. Congratulations, Nicole. And if you haven't seen her little bee brooch there, you got to come check that out. It's beautiful. Our next honoree, Dr. Holly Franson, is the recipient of the Outstanding Young Alumni Award. A certified registered nurse anesthetist, Holly is a 2009 graduate of the School of Nursing and works as the lead CRNA and clinical site and educational coordinator at the John D. Dingle VA Medical Center in Detroit. In the midst of the coronavirus pandemic, Holly demonstrated tremendous leadership at the VA. She has been instrumental in leading the team in the development of life-saving protocols to care for critically ill veterans during this unprecedented time. She specializes in regional anesthesia and pain management. She is the leader in clinical and didactic anesthesia education, focusing on the development and implementation of regional anesthesia workshops and innovative approaches to hands-on learning. In fact, she is a lecturer in the Oakland University Beaumont Graduate Program of Nurse Anesthesia, at the University of Detroit Mercy, and at the University of Michigan Flint. I am also very happy to add that Holly's involvement at OU has expanded further as of this spring. She was elected to the OU Alumni Association Board of Directors, where we know she will continue to make a meaningful impact to the OU alumni family. Let's turn our attentions to the screen to hear from Holly.
Dr. Ann Ranchek has been particularly impactful to me. Dr. Ranchek was a clinical coordinator when I was a student at Oakland, and soon after became the director of the anesthesia program. If it wasn't for Dr. Ranchek, I wouldn't be where I am today, both personally and professionally. There are a lot of OU memories and stories when you go through 2.5 years of a program and then have been involved for so many years. Oakland actually gave me a scholarship to attend the American Association of Nurse Anesthetist Assembly for School Faculty when I was a student. I was able to learn and gain insight on just the challenges and the dynamics that go behind educating at the graduate level. That was one of those moments that I said, you know, I was so thankful to OU and I wanted to give back and I wanted to teach the students clinically and didactically, and I hope to someday be even more involved at Oakland because of how they treated me as a student and how wonderful that experience was. Of course, I'd like to thank my family, my mom and dad. They genuinely instilled in me the value of family and also a strong work ethic and just kind of how to balance family and work and get the best of both worlds. I can't thank them enough. My husband and I were married about 3 weeks before I started anesthesia school, so that's a tough way to start a marriage. And he has loved me unconditionally. He has been incredibly supportive. I thank my grandparents, because if it wasn't for them, I would not have gotten through the anesthesia program. And lastly, but very importantly, Dr. Ann Ranchek. I am so grateful for all the guidance and support that she's shown me as a student, as a new grad, as a professional, and also now with my journey to obtain my doctorate. I am so thankful for everything she's done.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 2020 Outstanding Young Alumni Award recipient, Dr. Holly Franson. Congratulations. The Spirit Award is our way of recognizing alumni for their service to Oakland University. Oftentimes, this award goes to a person or persons who you might consider OU's biggest fans. But I'll tell you what, after knowing these two awardees for several years now, I admit that I am a huge fan of both of them. And I know there are many other people out here tonight in the audience who feel the same way about our Spirit Award recipients, Elsbeth and Gary Coates. Elsbeth received her bachelor's degree in Management Information Systems in 1991 from the School of Business Administration and the Honors College. And Gary graduated in 1995 from the School of Business Administration with a bachelor's degree in Accounting and Finance. Both were active as students on campus, and as alumni, they have proudly continued that tradition of involvement as mentors and committee members. They are members of the Black and Gold Loyalty Society, and Elsbeth is a founding member of the Honors College Board of Advisors. In addition, and I can vouch for this, they are regular attendees at alumni events and programs and proudly display their black and gold gear at athletic games and contests. But why stop there? Not these two. Gary and Elsbeth were keen to give back to current OU students, and so in 2018 established the Gary and Elsbeth Coates Student Involvement Scholarship, which was designed to encourage students who are actively involved on campus, whether that means engaging in campus clubs, playing a sport, or even working. Then, in 2020, they resurrected the Student Life Endowed Scholarship, which supports students of any major who are residing in university housing and have a high level of involvement in student organizations, clubs, or other activities. I don't know what else to say except that you two are amazing. Let's hear from Gary and Elsbeth in their own words.
I was here for 5 years, and it was probably the most impactful 5 years of my life. This was like my world for the longest time. I remember my first night on campus, I was like, oh my gosh, I can be whoever I want to be.
As you're on campus so many years, you get to know a lot of different people, and especially even early on when you're taking some general ed classes, some elective classes, you keep those friendships as you go. It was kind of just a fun environment, and that's something I'll remember just from my time of knowing different people, different backgrounds, different studies, but getting together.
One thing Oakland does really well is they care about all levels of their students. It's not just the people that come back and do their master's programs or their doctorate or whatever.
Both of us graduated in the 90s. We stayed here, we stayed close. Campus has changed so much.
Twice the size.
It's twice the size, there's twice as many buildings. It's kind of cool that we've been able to see it, but more than just seeing it, because the Alumni Association has reached out to us and the School of Business has reached out to us.
I just want to say thank you for the award that we're getting and how honored we really are, because I've looked at Alumni Awards and thought, oh, wouldn't it be neat if we got one? And when it came and we actually had it, we were like, oh my gosh, they thought of us, we made it.
We were humbled by it because I know there's a lot of great people out there, and the fact that we were recognized is nice. And deserving or not, it's nice to be recognized, and we do appreciate it. And
go OU!
You are deserving. We appreciate you so much. Join me in congratulating our Spirit Award recipients, Gary and Elsbeth Coates. See, I said you had fans out here. And if you don't believe it after even watching that video, then you need to go check out Elsbeth's purse. She's got all of her homecoming buttons lined up on either side. I love it. The next award in tonight's program is the Odyssey Award, and it's unique to OU. The OU motto is to seek virtue and knowledge, and it's taken from Homer's poem about the Greek hero, Odysseus, and his long and unrelenting quest to return home after the Trojan War. At Oakland, we strive to ensure that each and every one of our students experiences their own Odyssey. To honor that commitment to academic growth, each year we award the Oakland University Odyssey Award to an alumnus or alumna who best exemplifies that motto. And this year, I am happy to present that award to Dr. Avinash Konkani. Avinash is a healthcare technology management professional, researcher, and patient safety advocate who is currently utilizing his many talents as the biomedical engineer at the U.S. FDA Center of Devices and Radiological Health in Silver Spring, Maryland. Avinash graduated from Oakland University in 2014 with his PhD in systems engineering, and while at OU, he was a full-time doctoral student and graduate teaching assistant for the Industrial and Systems Engineering Department under Dr. Barbara Oakley. And although Dr. Oakley was unable to join us tonight, she offered high praise for Avinash in her recommendation letter, saying, quote, "He has been the single best graduate student I have ever encountered in over 2 decades of teaching at graduate levels." And that's saying something coming from her, as you know, Avinash. That's huge. After leaving OU, Avinash became involved with several professional organizations, including the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, the American College of Clinical Engineers, the Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology, and Sigma Chi. Notably, through his volunteer work with the Association for the Advancement of Medical Instrumentation, Avinash completed the rigorous selection process to become a program evaluator for ABET's Engineering Technology Accreditation Commission. This means he is involved in the accreditation process of bachelor's degrees programs related to healthcare engineering technology, thereby allowing others to take on their own odysseys. To hear from Avinash, let's turn our attention to the screen.
When I started my PhD work, even though I had some experience of working outside in the world, I didn't know much about PhD, like what is research means to you, how do you do research? Dr. Barbara Oakley, who is my mentor and guide for my PhD work, she has been a very great person to me. She's always there with me. She guided me. She gave me all those kind of advices on how can I do the best in my PhD work. OU means a lot to me, and not only just me, myself and my wife, we both went to OU. So it was really a great experience that OU gave us. I'm an international student, and as I said, I came with my wife and my daughter. The International Students Office is a very great thing. They help us in keeping us engaged socially, because you need to maintain your social life as well as your professional life or the graduate student life. It was a great opportunity to meet other international students who are from other parts of the world. So that way you can understand and learn about them, their culture, their language, so which is really a great opportunity. So like you can learn a lot about other countries and cultures. I'm very thankful to Dr. Barbara Oakley and her family, and also all my faculties who are on my doctoral advisor committee. So they all made a great researcher, a thinker. So they all gave me the feedback on how can I improve my research work and her. So I'm very thankful to all of them. And lastly, my family, which is with me here in US and in India. So all of my family members, without their support, I could not have come to US. So I'm really thankful to all of them.
Thank you for making the trip from Maryland, Avinash, and congratulations on your recognition as the 2020 Odyssey Award recipient. Congratulations. The Honorary Alumni Award is given to an individual who has not graduated from OU, but who has given outstanding service to the institution. It is my honor tonight to bestow this special recognition upon Alan Goff. Alan became involved with Oakland University through his wife, Barbara, who is a 1992 graduate of the School of Education and Human Services. And Barbara, we really owe you. You better make sure John and Anthony take you out for drinks later, I'm just saying. Together, Barbara and Alan served on the SEHS Resource Development Board since 2010, with Alan in the role of chair for the past several years. In 2013, Alan was asked by then interim president Dr. Betty Youngblood to join OU's Campaign Planning Committee, a group that was instrumental in the successful launch of OU's largest comprehensive fundraising campaign in 2018. Alan has also been particularly impactful in his role as director and chair of the OU Foundation. Alan and Barbara have invested in OU directly and indirectly through philanthropy. In December of 2012, they created the Barbara and Alan Goff Human Resources Scholarship, and in the fall of 2020, they established an annual scholarship in memory of their late son, Alan Goff III. John Marjoram Lays, our Dean of the School of Education and Human Services, wrote so eloquently in his nomination letter for Alan that I'm about ready to change the award description. He said, and I quote, "The essence of an honorary alumni award, in my mind, is that the recipient embodies the spirit of the institution, showing the kinds of values that we would impart to a student and expect from a graduate. By that measure, Alan Goff is the consummate honorary alum." Well said, John. Please turn your attention to the screen to hear from Alan himself.
My connection to OU is my wife Barbara, who graduated from OU. Then she went on to get her master's degree and taught here for many years. In 2006, Barbara and I founded the Barbara and Alan Goff Endowed Scholarship for the School of Education and Human Services. The original contact at the school was Angie Schmucker, who was the Director of Development for the School of Education. Recently, with Anthony Galena, the Director of Philanthropy for the School of Education and Human Services, we founded a new scholarship for Alan Goff III, Memorial Scholarship, in honor of our son. Our involvement with OU has been very rewarding, but the most rewarding part is to meet with the recipients of our scholarships, hear about their lives, their aspirations, and what the scholarship means to them. Barbara and I like basketball, and we've spent a lot of time here at OU basketball games. One game we'll always remember is we were given tickets to see OU play Michigan at the Palace, and we had floor seats right next to the players. And as soon as we sat down, my cell phone started buzzing, and it was family and friends seeing us on TV asking, how did we get those seats? I want to thank my wife Barbara for nominating me for this award and sharing the experience. Go Grizzlies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Alan Goff, our 2020 Honorary Alumni Award recipient. Congratulations, Alan. Now, before we recognize our final two awardees this evening, I'd like to take a moment to thank the Oakland University Credit Union for their support of tonight's event. I invite you to turn to the screen to hear a special message from April Klobus, President and CEO of the OUCU and a past Honorary Alumni Award recipient herself.
Hi, I'm April Klobus, President and CEO of OU Credit Union. Congratulations to the 2020 Alumni Award recipients. The professional and personal successes you have achieved are truly remarkable and worthy of celebration. I know how much the Honorary Alumni Award has meant to me personally, so I know the honor that you're receiving this evening is tremendous, and it will be something that you treasure for the rest of your life. The Oakland University Credit Union is pleased to be part of the event tonight and to celebrate each and every one of you and your successes.
I know that Lee and Teresa and others from the OUCU are with us tonight, and I just want you to know how much we appreciate your partnership, and we are really so excited to continue to work with you. Thank you so much. And then there were our final two awardees. The OU alumni body is worldwide. These individuals are having an impact in so many areas, from education to business, research, engineering, and more. The Distinguished Alumni Achievement Award honors that tradition of excellence and is given each year to an OU alumnus or alumna who has demonstrated themselves to be at the top of their field. This year's recipient is award-winning sports journalist, author, educator, and thought leader Joanne Gerstner. A 1993 alumna of the School of Journalism, of the journalism program in the College of Arts and Sciences, Joanne has seen and covered it all. From cutting her teeth as a student reporter interviewing Coach Greg Campy in the arena, to the NCAA championships, to the Stanley Cup, to the Olympics, Joanne is a sought-after contributor on sports and media issues. Her work has appeared in several publications, including the Detroit News, USA Today, and the New York Times, and she's been invited to provide her subject matter expertise on such small networks as CNN, BBC, and NPR. Currently, Joanne is the sports journalist in residence and sports program leader at Michigan State University's School of Journalism. She teaches capstone journalism classes, and in 2021 and 2017 received the MSU College of Communication Arts and Science highest award for mentoring achievement and leadership. In 2019, Joanne was awarded the prestigious Fulbright Specialist designation by the U.S. Department of State and was appointed by Governor Gretchen Whitmer to serve on a 14-member task force on women in sports. And this fall, Joanne will be the first female sports writer inducted in the Michigan Journalism Hall of Fame. Please turn your attention to the screen to hear from Joanne.
I literally owe my career to an adjunct professor here at OU in journalism. Her name is Kathy Dalstrom, and she was an amazing adjunct instructor here. She was a mentor, a friend, that person that kicked your butt in class when you needed it, and we've maintained our lifelong friendship. And then when I graduated from OU, she helped me get my career started, along with her husband Don, by getting me my first gig at the Flint Journal. OU is a really special place. I got to achieve my dream of being a college athlete here. I lived at the Oakland Post, which gave me all my experience. And when I graduated from here, I really felt connected with the people I went to school with. So OU has really been an important part of my life. I really feel the thing that is always going to be in my heart is working at the Oakland Post. Oakland Post was a crazy, fun, intense, stressful place where we worked nights and weekends. We did real journalism. We really wanted to be practicing our craft professionally. And for me as a sports writer, this was a perfect place because I got to cover high-level teams, went to the NCAA tournament. I think anyone who's ever been an Oakland Postie will always say that's an amazing place. I really want to thank the people that nominated me. Their names are Scott Bean and Matt Wojcik. They're two of my most dear friends from here, and they just blew me away by doing this. I also want to thank Gary and Holly Gilbert, who are just absolutely beautiful, amazing people who are taking OU journalism into the next realm. And also, I want to thank everybody that I worked with at the Oakland Post because they helped me get to who I am now. And you know what? I want to thank the professor who did not flunk me in Math 121 because I got out with the skin of my teeth, and if that had not happened, I wouldn't be here.
Joanne, we are so proud to call you our own. Please join me in recognizing Joanne Gerstner as the 2020 Distinguished Alumni Achievement Award recipient. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. And now we have arrived at the point of the evening where we may award the highest honor given by the Oakland University Alumni Association, the Distinguished Alumni Service Award. The past recipients of this award have all gone above and beyond in service to this university, and each has left their mark on Oakland by giving selflessly of their time, energy, and resources. This year, it is my distinct pleasure to congratulate Brian Barnett as the 2020 recipient of the Distinguished Alumni Service Award. Professionally, Brian's accomplishments certainly stand on their own. He is the longest-serving mayor in the history of the city of Rochester Hills, having been at the helm for more than 15 years. He also recently concluded his term as president of the United States Conference of Mayors, and in fact is only one of 6 mayors from Michigan to hold that title since the inception of the conference in 1932. But even as the accolades flooded in for his roles in his city, be it locally, regionally, nationally, or even globally, what's remarkable is that Brian never lost his connection to OU. He is a frequent guest speaker in the classroom and at events such as commencement and homecoming. He was the inaugural recipient of the Outstanding Young Alumni Award in 2010. And in 2011, he began his current tenure on the Alumni Association Board of Directors, including his role as chair from 2018 to 2020. But honestly, what's so great about Brian is everybody knows he's an alum. He mentions it in conversations with fellow alumni and community members. He shows up in black and gold at basketball games, and he even has an OU pennant strategically placed behind him in his office so that when he meets with various heads of state or global business leaders, they see that OU pennant in the background. And in the summer of 2019, when it came time to host his inauguration as the 77th president of the United States Conference of Mayors, he proudly brought a national audience to his alma mater. Let's hear from Brian now.
When I think of one individual that was critical and key in pushing me from being the person I was when I got here to the person I am today, Dr. Russi is that person for me. I remember pushing my way in as the newly elected student body president and demanding a meeting with him, which he took. Dr. Russi invested in me as a young student leader, saw potential in me, gave me opportunities to participate in many things happening in the campus. And then as I graduated, he encouraged me to pursue really a career in public service. So Oakland University has probably been one of the largest influencers in nearly every aspect of my life. This is where I fell in love with public service. This is where I was given the opportunity to run and win my first election. This was where I've met friends that are still close to me today. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the academic training. I'm grateful for the doors that were opened here. And perhaps more than anything, I'm grateful for the friendships that continue to sort of line my way and guide me as the mayor of my community. I tell everyone and everywhere I go that I'm proud to be associated with Oakland and love the experience here. There are so many people that are responsible for my success and that I'm grateful have had an impact and an influence on my life. My mom, I'm a second-generation Oakland University student, and so I thank her for always being there for me, for guiding me, for loving me, and for being the world's best mom. I truly want to thank the professors that had an impact on my life, the close-knit nature of the community here at Oakland, and I tell you what, I've been blessed by so many friendships, and I hope that I'm able to do the same for others.
Brian, you are a remarkable ambassador, advocate, and friend. We are very proud to recognize you as the 2020 Distinguished Alumni Service Award recipient. Congratulations, Mayor.
Aaron said I only have 15 to 20 minutes to make a few quick remarks. I just want to say one thing. Go Black! Go, go!
He just hijacks the mic so naturally. Congratulations to all of our award recipients. We have all been inspired by your dedication to Oakland University, your intellectual and professional pursuits, and your commitment to community service. On a personal note, I'd like to offer my thanks and appreciation to this year's recipients for their grace and understanding during a crazy year of uncertainties. You have all been so amazing. Honestly, I now see a silver lining in the difficulties of this last year, and that I've had the opportunity to get to know each of you a little bit better. So whether it was learning about honeybees from Nicole and Timothy at that video shoot last fall, or talking with Avinash over the phone about the big family trip coming from Maryland, or becoming a huge fan of Joanne's as she and I emailed constantly back and forth, I just want you to know how much we appreciate you for all that you've done and for hanging in there with us. And certainly, of course, thank you for all you do for OU. To all of our guests tonight, thank you for your continued support of Oakland University and its alumni, students, and faculty. Thank you to Dr. Peskovitz and Mark Guthrie for your participation in tonight's ceremony. It's been an honor to serve as your MC, and now I'd like to invite Mark back to the podium for closing remarks.
Aaron, thank you very much. I think you'll all agree, what an inspiring evening. What a tremendous group of award recipients. How lucky are we to have such amazing alumni? We are so proud of our honorees and the entire OU alumni body who work so hard to make their communities strong and vibrant. Let's have all our honorees stand one more time and recognize them for their outstanding achievements. All right. Such a great group. So before we conclude tonight's event, I want to offer thanks again to the Oakland University Credit Union for their support of this evening's event. They are a truly valued partner, and thank you, Dr. Peskovitz, for your support of our alumni engagement initiatives and for your thoughtful, strategic, and courageous leadership of our alma mater, particularly over these past several months. And last but not least, thank you to the staff members in alumni engagement and advancement events who brought tonight's event to life. Thank you, Kristen Maka, Shauna Dawson, Lisa Belisle, Sandy Alter, Nicole Floyd, and especially Catherine Lehman, wherever you are, for all of your hard work. Thank you all. Okay, as we conclude our ceremony, I ask that all award recipients approach the stage for a final group photo. Thank you. Rob Ray, go Black. All right, thank you all and have a good night. Thanks for coming.